We've all seen them in the Chinese New Year celebrations. The colorful, powerful figure of a large, long, colorful dragon. But did you know these creatures were undoubtedly considered to be actual creatures of folklore by the ancient Chinese, and not just a fun prop for celebrations? Not only was the genuine mythic dragon considered an actual thing in ancient China, but there were even 5 distinct and different types of Chinese dragon. Let's look at the 5 types of dragon, each with its own special powers over the natural world and a unique magic all its own. Speaking general, first, the Chinese dragon is a majestic and divine creature, often depicted with a long, sinuous body covered in dragon scales, the antlers of a stag, the claws of an eagle, and the head of a camel or horse. It typically carries a pearl or orb, symbolizing wisdom, power, and the essence of the dragon's magical abilities. Unlike their Western counterparts, Chinese dragons are primarily associated with the forces of nature and are seen as harbingers of good fortune and prosperity. They bring order out of chaos, no matter the type. Because of their immortality and the wisdom of ages, they are seen as wiser than humans, possessing powers beyond all imagining. Divine beings, they are spiritual, intelligent, contemplative, and generally a force of benevolence. But let's get down to types. Type 1, the Azure Dragon. As said, each dragon had its own unique personality, magical abilities, and the elements of nature that it has been given power and control over. The Azure Dragon was given power over a couple things. For example, the Chinese element of wood. These elements of wood, fire, water, metal, and earth are taken from traditional Chinese medicine and Taoism. For that reason, it is often also called the Wood Dragon. It also has control over the direction of the east. It is often depicted with greenish-blue scales and a majestic, flowing mane. This dragon also has power over the spring season and everything that represents. And so, it also symbolizes renewal and growth. Unlike other dragon species, wood dragons are associated with lush forests, vibrant flora, and the gentle whispers of wind through the leaves. These dragons are often depicted as graceful and peaceful, seamlessly blending into their surroundings. As a lover and protector of nature, in general, this dragon is seen as even more caring and compassionate than other dragons, both powerful and protective. There are historical accounts of that power and compassion. According to the ancient Chinese history tome called Shiji, or the Record of the Grand Historian, this magnificent dragon aided Emperor Yao during a devastating drought. As the land withered and the people suffered, the Azure Dragon rose from the east, summoning rejuvenating rains that revitalized the parched earth. This miraculous event was perceived as a divine act of intervention, ensuring the empire's prosperity and the well-being of its inhabitants. The Azure Dragon's role in bringing life-sustaining rain reinforced its status as a symbol of renewal, growth, and harmonious balance of nature. Now, let's move on to number 2, the Vermilion Dragon. Also called the Fire Dragon, it is associated with the south and the element of fire. It is often depicted with bright red or golden scales and embodies the summer season, representing warmth, energy, and enthusiasm. In Chinese mythology, the Vermilion Dragon is revered for its mastery over fire. It is not only a symbol of the intense heat and vitality of the summer season, but also a powerful guardian against chaos. The Vermilion Dragon's control over fire allows it to be called upon in times of need to extinguish out-of-control blazes, such as brush fires threatening cropland or infernos endangering cities. This duality of harnessing and controlling fire highlights the dragon's role as a protector. Because of the abundance and energy of the height of summer, which this dragon symbolizes, it is also considered one of the luckiest of creatures, who can bring any kind of wealth, abundance, and prosperity. For that reason, this is the actual type of dragon depicted at the Chinese New Year celebrations, particularly in dragon dances. These dances are a central part of the festivities, symbolizing the dragon's ability to bring good luck, prosperity, and protection in the coming year. Type number 3, the White Dragon. The White Dragon is associated with the West and the element of metal. It is depicted with shimmering white scales. If you sensed a pattern, you can probably guess what season this one has magical powers over. That's right, it's connected to the autumn season. And, much like the autumn, this dragon symbolically mirrors its purity, strength, and power of transformation. Because of Autumn's cleansing effect, it is also associated with virtue. Like its element, metal, it would be considered tough and persistent, with a steel resolve and a strength almost impossible to match. In keeping with those qualities, the white dragon, with its radiant and immaculate appearance, could, for example, play a pivotal role in rescuing a village from a formidable beast. Emerging with shimmering white scales, the dragon confronts the animal that had been terrorizing the villagers. Drawing upon its inherent purity and formidable strength, and its ironclad invulnerability to attack, the white dragon vanquishes the creature, restoring tranquility to the area. Such a heroic deed would be in accordance with the white dragon's legacy as a symbol of purity and transformation, and as a virtuous and steadfast guardian of the people who have shown loyalty and dedication to it. Type 4. The Black Dragon. The Black Dragon is associated with the north and the element of water. It is often depicted with dark, blackish-blue scales and represents the winter season. This dragon embodies the dark and mysterious aspects of nature, such as the sea or deep rivers or the underworld. In the Chinese text, classic of the Central Mountains, many dragons were recorded to be living in ancient Chinese rivers and lakes, all over China. The black dragon's power, as you can guess, is over deep waters and other dark and mysterious places. They could create weather and clouds, as well as reveal the deepest, darkest secrets. Although all Chinese dragons are considered kind, compared to the evil Western dragons, this dark dragon can often symbolize revenge or other types of darker impulses. This noble, yet dark and mysterious dragon might be seen saving the northern lands from a terrible flood. When the rivers and lakes overflow, threatening to submerge the entire region, the black dragon may well emerge from the depths and use its powers to control the waters and restore balance. The dragon's intervention, especially for villages that honored him, may ensure the survival of the people and show its role as a master of the aquatic realms. It also demonstrates the kindness of the dragons of China, even the darkest and most vengeance-prone of them. Remember, all dragons bring order out of chaos, so their role is to bring security to those they're friendly to. Type 5. The Yellow Dragon, the highest flyers of them all. The yellow dragon is associated with the center and the element of earth. It is depicted with golden yellow scales and symbolizes the Earth's fertility and the harmonious balance of the cosmos. He is given power over the sun and the heavens. This is considered the ruler type among the dragons. Their power is greater than the other 4 types. For this reason, maybe, they were closely associated with the Chinese royalty. The yellow dragon is famously linked to the legend of Emperor Huangdi, the Yellow Emperor, one of the most revered figures in Chinese mythology. According to the tale, the yellow dragon appeared to Emperor Huangdi in a vision, guiding him to victory in his quest to unify China. As if that wasn't enough, historical records report that he raised dragons within his palace compound. Legend has it that Huangdi rode to the summit of Taishan to make sacrifices, his chariot drawn by 6 dragons. The dragon's appearance was seen as a sign of divine favor and legitimacy, aiding the emperor in establishing a harmonious and prosperous rule. It was said, in fact, that at the end of his life, the emperor was lifted up to the heavens by a yellow dragon. So, 5 different types of dragons, demonstrating the sheer diversity of dragonkind in the mythology and folklore of ancient China. Which one would you rather encounter in the depths of the mystical Chinese mountains? Depends what kind of problems you've got, I suppose. A flood? A fire? A drought? Personally, I'll take what the Yellow Emperor took. Raising cute little baby dragons and a chariot pulled by 6 dragons? Yeah, no contest there. Yellow dragon for me all the way. That just about wraps up tonight's tale from Lorehound. Follow us as we sniff out more of history's most interesting stories.
As the hound dog entered the dimly lit library, he sensed an aura of mystery surrounding the ancient scrolls. The dusty shelves towered above him as he sniffed his way through the labyrinth of books. Suddenly, he picked up a scent and followed it to a secluded corner. With bated breath, he approached the shelf and pawed at the book, revealing the hidden scroll. As he rolled it out, he knew he had discovered a treasure worth protecting at all costs.